Beating Lyme with Lativa. Welcome back to my daily dry fast diaries to beat and cure Lyme disease. So I do have a playlist. It's literally called Dry Fast Daily Diaries, and it's all about this preparation that I'm doing to go into longer dry fasting, the Dr. Filanov way. So I didn't reinvent the wheel. I am not the expert. Dr. Filanov is. I talk a lot about Dr. Filanov. He's a Russian dry fasting expert that has been curing, healing pretty much every disease under the sun with this very particular dry fasting technique. Word of caution, if you get excited about this, great. Please do not go try to dry fast on your own. You've got to understand there is an entire serious preparation that goes into this type of medical dry fasting. I am here soon gonna make a playlist, separate playlist where I talk about all of my symptoms, my whole journey, but these are just daily dry fast diaries. Right now I'm preparing for a second time. I've already done this type of preparation once before I actually went to Europe to go work with Dr. Filanov, who is a dry fasting he's a Russian dry fasting doctor expert. And I found out about, Dr. Filanov through a woman's book and her journey with Lyme disease, late stage Lyme. The book is called Starving to Heal in Siberia, and the woman who wrote it, her name is Michelle B. Slatter. So it's been like a 5-year journey, and I tried everything. I was going broke, trying to get myself better, and I just knew there had to be another way, because the normal conventional way and everything that exists known about Lyme disease right now is just wrong. It's old, it's outdated, it doesn't work. And I said, fuck that. Like I don't envision a life where I'm going to be stuck suffering and managing these symptoms of suffering the rest of my life. So I set out on a quest to forge my own path as a pioneer and prove that there is, in fact, another way. And there's actual healing for this. And I found it. And it's through dry fasting. And so far, when I'm sharing with people, it's like going over their heads. They're like, how'd you do it? What drugs did you take? What pharmaceuticals did you take? And I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, how did I do it? I just told you I did multiple rounds of dry fasting. But especially in America, we're so kind of conditioned by the medical healthcare system to think, oh, drugs are the way, pharmaceuticals are the way, antibiotics are the way. And they've never healed or cured anybody. I'm talking actual like healing, actual cure, not managing symptoms. There's not an antibiotic, drug, pharmaceutical that has cured or healed anybody. I'm talking actual overcoming, beating, healing, getting back to an even healthier version of yourself than before. And 21 returning, hi guys. Anyone new, welcome. And to anyone who is returning, sorry if this is repetitive, just please know these videos are finding people daily. And these particular video series are in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Beating Lyme with Lativa is my YouTube channel on all of my social platforms. I'm very active on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, even Facebook. So the main ones. Here in my YouTube channel, I go a lot more in depth. I just basically make daily shorts, trying to bring awareness. Again, I didn't invent dry fasting, and I'm not some expert, but I did find a dry fast expert. I personally worked with this doctor over in Europe, actually in September, October of 2025. And now it's Monday, February 24th. So basically I've been doing all this preparation to go into these longer dry fasts again, because this is multiple rounds of dry fasting. It's not normally a one and done. So basically over the past few days, past week really at this point, I did a few coffee enemas, an intense liver cleanse with castor oil. I had to do after that, I did a 2-day water cleanse with a bunch of binders to bind up toxins. And then I had to do another coffee enema this morning. I am breaking out all over my face and skin. And normally when you're doing these types of detox and cleanses, whatever's in the liver, it's because your skin is the largest organ. So when your liver is detoxing, really getting the stuff out, because I don't normally really have blemishes, but also when I was in Europe and actually went into these dry fasts, I mean, my skin was full of blemishes, even like my neck, my chest, my back. I mean, I had acne and just stuff all over like my skin because everything just you're detoxing. So I'll be honest, today, all of this, it's stirring the pot, and it's a journey. It takes a lot of strength and willpower. It is very psychological. It's taken a toll on me mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically. Today, I have felt a lot of rage, a lot of anger, a lot of irritability. And I'm not normally like an irritable person. I'm kind of cool, calm, collected, but don't push me. There is nothing that has happened in my world that has like pissed me off or irritated me. It's just like, it's almost like a purge. And I've kind of just had to stay away from everyone. It's very important that you have a safe, healing environment when you go through this. But yeah, I've felt very, very irritable today, like angry. I've even felt moments where I want to rage. And I have my own theories. I do believe it's from parasites. And I even believe further that I'm not fully sold, but probably about 90%. I believe that parasites are some form of demonic entities. And I had tests where, again, in my journey, I was not just dealing with Lyme disease, you guys. I was dealing with Lyme disease, co-infections, and the co-infections, Babesia. Babesia is an intercellular blood parasite. And that is why it's so frustrating to watch the level of ignorance of the conventional ways just throwing antibiotics. There's not an antibiotic on the market that gets rid of parasites. I'm not even a doctor, and I'm already using common sense. Like, it's just crazy. But, so, and I had testing for parasites that like came back positive. And normally you can't actually see them on these GI tests, but you could physically see mine. So it indicated a massive parasitic infection. Parasites alone can wreak havoc over your health. It's just not practiced in America, so it sounds woo-woo, but go look at other countries. They literally, even your animals are supposed to be getting dewormed every few months. Humans should be getting dewormed every few months. It's no different. And then you Google and it's like, oh, it only exists in other countries, not America. And it's the stupidest fucking thing because it's inaccurate. Go look at other countries. People are normally getting dewormed their whole life. Whole nother thing, before the FDA was around, there was plenty of documented, legitimate medical literature. They didn't have all these diseases. They were treating parasites. MS was a parasite. Cancer, tumors was a parasite. I'm not making this up. Go do your own research. Anemia, parasites. They didn't have all these diseases and all these labels. They were treating parasites. Once you treat the parasites, no disease. It's gone. So my personal take, what I'm getting at is not only like detoxing. I truly believe it's parasites. They're getting fucking mad because I'm making a inhospitable, a not so friendly environment for them. And they're like, bitch, we know you're trying to get rid of us. So they're mad. Like, that's my take. Who knows? Yeah, because you're literally creating an environment where they can't thrive. It's not so nice to them. It's not so friendly to them. So again, that's why I'm saying I'm not an angry person. I'm not holding on to resentment. I'm not like, a lot of people even mistaken my demeanor and character. Like, there's things in my life, painful events I've experienced with people, loved ones who hurt me deeply, I've already forgiven. But that doesn't mean you allow certain things, people, places back in your life. Until certain lessons are learned and behaviors are changed, to protect myself and energy, you ain't coming back in my fucking life with all that mess. I am at peace. And if you're bringing anything other than that in my life, no fucking thank you. I can forgive you. I forgive. I've already forgiven, but that does not mean I gotta let you back in my fucking life to do it all over again when you've clearly had no growth. No, sir, no ma'am. So kind of a rant. This is just kind of my daily update of where I'm at along this journey on what I'm doing preparing for these longer dry fasts. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it. So if you've never fasted or try to think about fasting or dry fasting, please know I am going to be opening my books for consultations. I do have a healing course coming and my own book. But first and foremost, please go work with Dr. Filanov. That is the expert. He has been doing this for 40 years successfully, treating everything up under the sun. He's very live and active on YouTube, Instagram. You can literally just, in the search handle, look up Dr. Filanov, Filonov, dry fast. All of his content comes up. He's not some mythical creature. He's not too far out of reach. Even though he is, I believe, in Siberia majority of the time, him and his family, he offers online virtual consultations. And also I'm getting a lot of people on all my platforms ask me messages. The thing is, I feel that I do a really good job. If you haven't already binge watched all of my content on all of my platforms, I answer a lot of this. A lot of the common questions I get in my DM messages daily, and all my content is with the intention to help people. However, I cannot be answering everyone's questions all day, every day. If you'd like to personally get my time, you will have to book a consultation with me. Please, on all of my platforms, go to the link or the description on my pages or bios. All of that will be there. So, because you got to understand, because once one question starts flying, the next one, and I'm just like, you guys, I've done my best to help people with free content that you can binge watch your heart out. Everything that I believe and know that can help people. And first and foremost, I am not the doctor or expert. I just found another way, and now I am here sharing with the world what worked for me. So first and foremost, I'm directing you to Dr. Filanov. I'm not associated, I'm not paid, I'm not affiliated. This is just the path that I found that worked out of everything else that failed me and did not work. So you want to go work with the expert. I'm not the expert. I'm just the one kind of bridging the gap between the failed norm system that doesn't work and the answer to the actual healing. I'm kind of the middleman. I'm like the middleman, you guys. So also let me clear that up. Now, like I said, if you want my time and you want to keep answering me questions, fire away, but you're gonna have to book a consultation if you're wanting my time in that particular manner. And I would be more than happy to answer those questions, because you have to understand, on all platforms, I'm getting messages all day, and it is just not realistic for my time and energy to spread myself that thin, because normally a million questions pop up, and that's totally normal. It's totally fine, but I cannot just lend my personal time for free, like book a consultation, you guys. And if not, please go directly to the source, which is Dr. Filanov. So I'm just thinking that's kind of my update for today. I'm going to keep you guys along the journey. So I basically, just with all this preparation, I did a small water fast. Now I'm going to do a small miniature dry fast coming up soon, the next few days. Within the next week or so, I'm going to go into a miniature dry fast, and then I break and exit that fast. I'm on a very particular diet right now with very particular the daily preparation is like a full-time job. I'm like the patient, the doctor, the maid, the cook, the chef. Like it's like a full-time job, you guys. So that's why I say it's not to scare you, but just please know that you have to be very careful. Don't go try to jump into this yourself. There's a lot of preparation, especially everyone before they go work with Dr. Filanov, most people are preparing through a very particular protocol of Dr. Filanov's for about 2 to 6 months. And it is no joke. It's not to scare you, not to deter you, but deter sounded weird. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to prepare you properly, that there's a lot of information. It sounds simple, but there is a whole step and process to it that needs to be done properly. And the whole preparation is just really opening up all the detox pathways, binding toxins. Just, you've got to make sure everything is working and ready in your body before you throw yourself into these long dry fasts. And you cannot just throw yourself into these long dry fasts if you've never even done some preparation work. Miniature dry fasts, that's where people go wrong with fasting. They just try to throw themselves. Here's someone doing a 20, a 40 day, a 7 day, a 14 day, a 3 day fast, and they've never before fasted in their life. They haven't cleaned up their diet. They're not doing proper preparation work or proper toxin binding detox. Like, it's a whole thing, you guys. So if you want to do it right and get the results, please go work with Dr. Filanov. But in the meantime, I do have my own book. It's my entire personal journey and testimony with, like I said, I wasn't just dealing with Lyme disease. I was dealing with Lyme, all the co-infections, mold illness, long COVID, parasitic infection, hepatitis, mycoplasma. I mean, it was like 18 plus medical diagnosis, MCAS, CIRS, so many gut issues.